Alright, welcome back everybody to Operation Pluto. This is Germany, turn 13. We have a quick housekeeping item in that the United States, in liberating Sydney and South Island, that doesn't actually bring Anzac back in V4, with the exception of France. Once a nation has surrendered, it stays surrendered. So instead, those territories are actually American. And the USA should have collected $3 more on the end of their term. So I think that's the only housekeeping item that I remember seeing. So we will jump into Germany's turn. We will start with tech rolls. We have, we're going to roll for improved construction, going to roll for radar, long-range aircraft, and improved logistics. And we're going to miss on radar. We're going to complete improved construction and join the party over here, it looks like. I think everybody but Italy has it at this point. Long-range aircraft, we will move to stage 2, and improved logistics moves to stage 2 as well. Okay. For the German buys, we have $80 to spend, spending all 80. We got our free blue division. We're buying 3 pairs of heavy armors and advanced mechs. We're buying an additional pair of advanced mechs, an advanced submarine, 2 marines, an infantry, and a fighter. And then we are also going to be lend-leasing the Italians a medium bomber. So, with that being said, we'll jump straight into combat. This is going to be a very big turn for Germany, going in on a couple of places. One of those is Transcaucasia, so everything in North Caucasia, with the exception of the Marine, is going to walk in. The Marine is going to hop on one of these transports, pick up a infantry from Turidia, and amphibiously assault Transcaucasia. The 2 transports that are in M10 are both going to pick up Marines, and then one's going to pick up the heavy armor, one's going to pick up the advanced mech, and all of that is going to be assaulting Transcaucasia as well. So that is 6 amphibiously assaulting units, these 6, and then 5 on the ground. Joining them is going to be one of the fighters in Central Romania, as well as the medium bomber in Southern Ukraine. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it can land in North Caucasia. And these transports are going to be over here in the Black Sea. In Oral Kursk, the medium armor and the mechanized infantry are going to be attacking Tula-Lepesk, and they are going to have the intent to blitz into Saratov if possible. If this combat lasts 2 rounds or less, they're going to be joined by the other fighter that's in Central Romania. It's going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4. And then one of the Strat bombers in northern Belorussia is going to fly 1, 2, 3, and carpet bomb. One of our infantry in Leningrad is going to walk up into Karelia. One of the Tigers in the 86th is going to take Yaroslav and then blitz into Gorky. The rest of the 86th is going to go into Moscow, and it's going to be joined by the 2 Tigers that are in Leningrad, as well as the mech that is in northern Belorussia. The Strat bomber, the second Strat bomber that's in northern Belorussia, is going to come over, and it's going to attempt to strategic bomb the airfield in Moscow, and the veteran has elected with his Soviet fighter to attempt to intercept that strategic bombing. The Beck, advanced mech, and heavy armor in southern Finland are going to attack Helsinki. The 2 advanced mechs in Norland are going to attack Viipuri province. And I think that has got all of the land combats declared. Quite a few of those. Everything else is going to be non-combat with land units. Excuse me. Our sub, that is in M8, is going to come over into M4 and is going to raid there. And our seaplane that is in Rome is going to go thinking that it was 2, but it is not. It is 3. Okay. Our seaplane in Rome is gonna go to go on map in M2 and is going to raid the Mediterranean line there. Our 2 subs that are in A37 are going to stay there and raid the dual American line. Our 2 advanced subs are going to move up into A21 and raid the British line there. And then our coastal sub is going to move down from A17 into A20 and raid the British line there, as well as stay on the Soviet line in order to prevent that Lend-Lease wartime bonus. I do believe that has... Oh, nope. We got to take Normandy back. We're going to have 2 infantry from Paris, as well as one of the mechs in Paris, go into Normandy and attempt to retake that from the British. And then down in Africa, the infantry and artillery in Niger, are going to take Nigeria. So we'll do that. I think that's got all the comments declared. So we'll go ahead and start rolling for these. See what happens. So we will have our strategic bomber attempt to bomb first. So we're going to have the blue die be the Soviet fighter attempting to intercept. And I don't think the Soviets have radar. Radar. Indeed, they do not. Okay, so the Soviet fighter will be attempting to intercept at 3 or less. And then the strat bomber has a 1 or less in black. So we'll see what happens there, hoping that we get to bomb the airfield. And indeed, the Soviet fighter does miss, so we will get to bomb the airfield with 2d6s of damage. We will still face the anti-aircraft roll, though, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so miss, and the airfield is max damaged. I feel like that's only 3. I could be wrong about that, and maybe it's 5, but I'm pretty sure it's only 3. So we'll put that there. Next, we'll go ahead and do Toula-le-Pesque. So we're going to have our medium armor in black, and that's going to be at a 5 because we're crossing a river. Our mech in 2, our mech in blue attacking at 2. We're going to have our fighter in red attacking at 6, and then we are going to have just make this purple or some other color. Let's go with purple. And we're going to have our strat bomber that gets 3 rolls at 2 for cockpit bombing. And then the defending Soviets in red over here are going to have 2 infantry defending at 4. So we're going to go ahead and roll all that. And we get our carpet bombing, gets our 2 hits. Very nice. So it's 2 infantry dead. They both miss. And our medium armor and mechanized infantry are going to then blitz into Saratov. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did want to do this. One of the Tigers that was in the 86th that started in Western Russia is going to take Kaluga Oblast first and then blitz into Moscow. So that way we do have the city surrounded. So Kaluga is ours, Toula-le-Pesque is ours, Saratov is ours, Gorky is ours, Yaroslavl is ours, then Karelia is ours, and Viipuri province is ours. Germany's taking a lot of territory now. Okay, so we can roll for Moscow now. So let's see, we'll bring all of this up into the 86th, because all of these units are going across a river penalty for round 1. So we have 5 Tigers that are going to be in black, and they are going to, for round 1, be rolling at a 7 or less. We have 4 mech infantry rather, and a horse that are all going to be rolling in red, and they are going to be at a 2 or less for round 1. And then we have 4 infantry that are going to be rolling at 1 or less. 1 or less, just 1 for round 1. The Soviets, meanwhile, their fighter did take part in this intercept, so it doesn't get to defend the territory. It's going to be sitting there. So the Soviets are going to have 4 infantry in red that defend at 3 or less since the city is surrounded. Although I thought there was, yeah, there's 6 of them, not 4 of them. 6 infantry and 4 militia is what it is. So the militia will defend at 1 and the infantry defend at 3. So we will roll for the German units. Let's see, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 hits out of our Tigers, no hits out of our mechs, and no hits out of our infantry. So that's going to be the 4 militia that Soviets lose for round 1. We'll then roll and see what we take in response. It's going to be no militia hits. It's going to be 1 infantry hit. So we will lose 1 of our infantry. And our blues now become 2 or less, our reds become 3 or less, and our blacks become 8 or less. And we will roll for round 2. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. All of our Tigers hit, and then we do get a 3rd hit from 1 of our mechs. So that's going to be all 6 leftover infantry dead. We'll see what German takes in response to that, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3 hits. So it's going to be our cav and 2 of our infantry that perish. So we will take Moscow. Soviet fighter gets killed because it no longer has a landing space, and that'll be that. We can now roll for Helsinki, and we're going to have our heavy armor in black at 8, our advanced mech at 4, and then we'll have the airborne defending at 1 because Helsinki is surrounded, and it's going to be in red. So airborne misses, heavy tank misses, but the mech hits since it's an advanced mech. So we will take over Helsinki. And now we will do the other big one, which is Transcaucasia. So we'll get our dice. Honestly, we might just take this to the battle board because it should be relatively easy to do. Copy and paste all this stuff. Let's lock that down. Okay. This still has the Italians on here. Let's hope this goes as well as it did for them. Delete all that. Okay, all this is defending. It's going to be 10 militia defending at 2, and 3 infantry defending at 4. So get those die out for the Soviets. And then the attacking, let's see, we have 4 infantry units attacking. We have 5 infantry units attacking at 1. 4 of them amphibiously. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 heavy armors at 7, a medium tank at 5, a mech at 2, an advanced mech at 3, medium at 7, and a fighter at 6. So for round 1, one of the heavy armors and the advanced mech are coming from transports, amphibiously assaulting, so they do not get to roll for round 1. So we will leave those out for now. There's yeah, he blends in pretty well. Okay, 2. Then we got our 5 ones here. Okay. So we'll see how this goes. Is that all I have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I had 5 units plus 6 is 11, and I had 2. Yeah, okay, that's all the dice I have. Okay. This might wind up being closer than I thought it would be. Oh well. Okay. None of our 1s hits, 2 misses, our medium tank hits, our fighter hits, and we get 2 hits out of these, so we get 4 hits in total, which is going to be 4 of the Soviet militia. We'll then roll all of their units in response. Alright, so we take 1, 2 hits from the militia, and no hits from the infantry. So that's going to be 2 of our Marines dead. So we do now move to round 2, and we get our advanced mech die and another heavy armor die in here. And we will roll for, I gotta delete these, so that was 2 Marines dead. And then it was 4 of the militia dead for the Soviets. Okay. Yes. Let's see, okay. So we'll now roll this for round 2. And all of our infantry, those all miss, miss, miss. 1, 2, that was a 6, it rolled over 1. So only 2 hits for the Germans on round 2. It's going to be another 2 militia. And then we'll roll Soviet die in response. It's going to be 1 hit from the militia, no hits from the infantry. We are getting definitely lucky. That's going to be a infantry dead for us. So we'll delete the die for that, and we'll delete the 2 die here. And we will press on into round 3. And all misses, miss, miss, miss. 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits there. So it's going to finish off the militia. And we'll roll those die in response. It's going to be no hits and 1 hit. Man, these Soviet infantry really do not want to hit. Just not having good luck. Soviets are not having good luck this game. Oh wait, that infantry was actually the one that was coming from North Caucasia. It walked in, so it can't be taken before the Marine because it is not an amphibious unit, while the Marine is. Okay, so we'll take care of that. We will go on and roll yet again. See if we can't finish this off. So that's a miss, miss, miss. That's a miss. That is a miss at a 9. That is a 9, a 6. So 1 hit for us on this round. Just going to be 1 of the Soviet infantry gone. And then we'll roll that in response. And we're going to need another hit taken against us, which does have to now be on our 2 remaining amphibiously assaulting units, which means our advanced mech is no more. And so we will continue on. We will get misses there. We'll get a miss there, a miss there. We will get the remaining hits we need off our 7s, though. It's going to be their last of the Soviets in Transcaucasia. And we will take no hits. Cool. That means our Tiger gets to survive. So let's see. All of these guys are dead. 1 infantry does survive. All of our tanks survive. The regular mech survives. All of our Marines are dead. This infantry is dead. This mech's alive, or this tank's alive. This advanced mech is dead. And then there's these guys left to land afterwards. So we will take over Transcaucasia, which is pretty big, because now we get Turkey. Yes, Normandy we have left to roll. So this is going to be, grab these die. Alright, so the British infantry is defending at 4 in red. Or actually, this is an elite airborne, so it's defending at 3 in red. Then we're going to have our mech be in black at a 3. And then we're going to have our 2 infantry be in blue at 2s. So elite airborne all misses. Our mech hits and the elite airborne misses, so we will retake Normandy. And then Nigeria, we already did for that. So I think that has got all the land combats taken care of. So we can now roll for sub rating. We'll roll these 2 subs. I do have advanced subs, so each of these subs is rolling at their standard +2, and then they also get +1 because there's another sub in the C zone, and the Americans don't have radar for advanced anti-submarine warfare. So yeah, so the black die is the German die, and will be at +3 for both subs. So sub number 1 deals 5 damage, which is actually the max that we can do because it's 3 and 2. So we will take away 5 IPPs from the American Bank. We'll now move to our Mediterraneans. So black die is again German die for the seaplane. The gets a +1, but the British get +2 for radar. So we're just gonna take the face value and add 1 to the red die, which means the seaplane deals no convoy damage. We'll now do the regular sub, and this is just a straight face value to face value. And that's going to be 2 damage on the Mediterranean line. We will now move up to our coastal sub that is in A20. And same thing with the seaplane. We're going to add 1 to the red die for the British defense. So that's going to be 2. So that's going to be 2 damage to the Europe American line. We will now raid for our advanced subs, which are going to be rolling at a +4 and then an additional +1 for having another sub in the same sea zone. The British do have the radar for +2 though, so it's +5 versus +2, which means we're just going to add 3 to whatever the result of the black die is. And so sub number 1 is going to deal 9, it's going to deal 7 damage, which is going to be all 6 here, and then it's going to be an additional 1 here. And then sub number 2, we'll try to get that remaining 2 damage dealt to the Europe American line. And it will not be able to do so. It's going to be 5 against 6. But all in all, the British are going to lose 3, 9, 11 IPPs to rating. So where are they at? Over here. So they're going to have 19 left over in their bank. Alright, that takes us to the end of the German combat phase, and since we do have a land unit in Transcaucasia, that means Turkey goes to the Germans. So all of these units become German, so that's 3 infantry in Istanbul. Big copy to these as falling over. That's pretty funny. Infantry in Ankara. A cavalry in Ankara, which I don't think I had any left on the board. So we'll get our cav. We also have artillery, militia. I think it's a destroyer that we get from the sea zone. So we'll get all these and bring them down here. So let's see. So yeah, militia in Eastern Anatolia, militia in Arkdinsk and Karadinsk. I just butchered those. Sorry. Cav and artillery in Ankara. And then this Turkish destroyer becomes a German destroyer. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Those fighters could do that if they wanted. I don't really care about those anymore. Alright, non-combat moves. The German destroyer in M7 is going to move into M4 and reinforce the Italians there. Like I said, I think these transports, we'll keep everything here. If people want to get frisky, they can. The cavalry, artillery, and infantry in Ankara are going to move over into Eastern Anatolia, and one of the infantry in Istanbul is going to rail over into Eastern Anatolia. Our medium bomber flew in from Western Ukraine and has to land in North Caucasia. Our fighter flew in from Central Romania, and it's going to land in Teridia. Our advanced mech and our heavy armor in Kiev are going to move up into Oral Kursk. The fighter that attacked Tula Lipetsk from Central Romania went 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to land in Oral Kursk. The Strat bomber is going to, I think, let's see, it came from here, so it went 1, 2, 3, so it has 6 movement left. It's going to land 4, 5, take 7, can't land there. I think we're just going to land it in Oral Kursk, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we're going to land it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to land it in Kiev. Yeah, we'll do that. The Strat bomber that bombed the airfield in Moscow is going to go 1, 2, 3. It's going to land 4, 5. This one is going to be the one that goes to Oral Kursk. The 2 Marines that we have in Leningrad are going to hop on transports. And then the second fleet with those Marines is going to sail over into A11, with the exception of the coastal defense ships only get 1 rate movement, and they're going to move into A12. The other units that we have in Leningrad are going to move over into Western Russia. If I could talk. Yeah, okay. So that's all there. Put this on top of this and do that. These units are in Saratov. I think that's got all this covered. All those removed, I've covered. Moved it all. Alright, so I think at this point, we're going to do some railing, and we're going to rail 2 of the infantry. Actually, we're going to rail a blue division and an infantry that are in Berlin to Rome. Making sure there's no airborne in the UK, and that is indeed appear to be the case. And then we're going to have 2 infantry that are in Western Germany, and they're going to rail to Northern Italy. I think that's got all the combats and non-combat movements declared and finalized at this point. So we are going to start building. Delete this. Why does it only say 79 now? Oh, I have improved construction. So yes, excellent. That sub only costs $6 instead of $7. Cool. All right, so Germany will save 1 in the bank then, and then bring all this down. All right, so medium bomber getting Lend-Lease to Italy. It's going to go into Northern Italy. The advanced sub is going to be built into A29 from the shipyard in Aquitaine. The fighter and regular infantry are being built in Paris. Blue Division goes to Berlin. The 2 Marines are being built in Western Germany. The pair of advanced mechs is being built in Norland. 1 heavy armor and mech pair is being built in Smolensk, and 1 heavy and one is being built into Kiev. And then the last pair is being built in central Romania. So that has all of those. We do have our thingy-mabob here, and we will start rebuilding these fortifications in Normandy. So we are going to start with the A29 one. All right. That has got that. We do need to do our recruitment rule for Spain, which is at a 6 or less. And it hits at a 3, so it's going to be another 2 militia for Madrid. And I think that has got everything wrapped up. So we're going to collect income. Germany is at 96. Hefty. And then we get 3 for Sweden, 3 from Romania, and 2 for Transcaucasia. So we get another 8 in wartime, which means we are collecting $104. And along with the one that is saved in our bank, we're going to have 105. So we are rolling in the dough and looking pretty good as Germany. Hopefully we can protect Italy well enough, and let's hope Japan is able to hold out. And we'll see what happens. And we will pass it off to the veteran for the Soviet response, and the CCP as well.